Let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Remember, they were a pretty good team last year, and just from what I've heard, they're even better this year. So I guess don't really remember what exactly they did on defense. So, I mean, we'll take the time this week to look at them on film and study them up and be ready to play them. So.
How different are the emotions going into this playoffs? Last year, you guys were the underdogs. Now you're the one that everybody's trying to knock off. Just the difference between this year and last year.
I don't think there's really a difference because, I mean, once you get in the playoffs, everybody's pretty much fighting for the same thing. All 16 teams and 16, yeah, all 16 teams, and we just got to take the same approach. We know who we're playing now. Now it's time for us to get in there and watch a little film on them and study them up. And, I mean, just do what we got to do this week in practice.
What are you doing better this year than you did last year?
As a team? Personally? I guess just paying attention to detail. Nothing really, to be honest with you. I mean, just I'm preparing the same way, preparing for games. I mean, it's last time around, so I think that kind of factors in, just gives a little extra bit of motivation. But I mean, we treat every game like a championship, like a playoff game, and that's how we approach every game. That's how I approach every game. So that's how I'm gonna approach this one. So yeah.
Eric McBride, do you have recollections from this was last September down in Elon and whole season started?
I know we went into that game preparing real big for the receiver because they got a real good receiver down there, and then quarterback, he's real good, and just to be able to make it through the Southern Conference of SoCon, I mean that's a real competitive conference. So they're going to be a great opponent to play against, and I mean I think the whole team's excited to go into this game, and we look forward to it. Just being another home game, hopefully a big crowd again, and Elon real competitive, so I know it'll be another great game.
The advantage of playing here rather than there, chime in on that.
Home field advantage. I expect a big crowd, and they got to travel. That can always just wear you down, mentally. Sometimes different schedule a little bit when you travel. So for us, hopefully, I'm not sure what time the game is, but for us it's going to be more of a routine, and be able to just settle down and take our time getting ready for them. Whereas I feel like sometimes you travel, you feel a little rushed.
Sometimes you get to the playoffs and you're not familiar with the team. How nice is it to be able to have that? I mean, it was last year and at the beginning of the year, but you have a little bit of familiarity with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, just like last year we had East Kentucky first round. We played them the year before, so it's kind of confidence. It kind of helps your confidence going into the game, knowing that we've played these guys before and we've beat them before. So I expect they're going to be motivated and they're going to remember last September when we did play them. But I think it helps the team as a whole, just knowing that we are capable of winning this game and moving on to the next round.
Eric McBride, any difference going through this process as the champion as opposed to being the challenger?
I think the memory of winning the championship is still in our mind, and we know how sweet it was to just win it, how everybody loved it, it's what you work for, and also the feeling of losing to Villanova, that's still fresh in our mind. So we know we don't want to lose again, but we know we want to win that championship again. We're thinking about both things. Like losing, that's bad feeling, and win that championship, that's your main drive. Winning it last year, I think that's just adds to our confidence also, just knowing that we can do it. And we all believe we can.
Justin, what's your emotional makeup for this, having not been through it last year? Slide that microphone.
Oh, well, I mean, I expressed to the team in the last team meeting, that one of my main goals was to help do whatever I can to help the team get back to the national championship and be successful. So it's very emotional to me because knowing that I'm even closer to the goal that I had set out. So it's very emotional to me. And, I mean, I got the full support of the team, and they got my full support. So I'm really excited for it.
How different is it for you? I mean, knowing that you're doing strap on the pads as opposed to just helping on the sideline like you did last year?
I mean, I'm trying not to let it just like throw me out my game. All I can do is just focus on, giving my best effort out there. So I don't want to be out there and just be like starstruck by the whole thing. So I got to remain composed and do what I got to do.
For everybody, can you just talk about the season as a whole, coming off of the national championship and winning 10 games, setting a school record for that, and everything you've done to get to this point, and now get to the postseason?
I mean, it's been pretty remarkable. I mean, it's been an exciting run. I mean, coming from, last year's winning the championship and all of the things we've accomplished this year so far. I mean, just a great group of guys, and like he said, first 10-win regular season in school history, and I think that speaks volumes of itself. And we yesterday just got a share of the conference title. So just a lot of the goals that we set as a team at the beginning of the year, we feel we've accomplished so far. But we have one more main goal that's in sight. We're gonna try to go after that one.
Eric, how long did it take this team to come back down from that big win yesterday? I mean, was it immediate, or are you?
I mean, that was a big win, and to win it in the fashion that we did in the last second. I mean, everybody was high, but I think just now, after seeing the show, knowing who we play this week, we got to kind of let that one go because we got bigger things ahead of us, and we got to focus on those things and come out and do what we need to do this week and be ready for the weekend. So.
Eric Ward, is kind of a weird question, but is it better going into the playoffs without having that sort of albatross on you, hanging over you with people just constantly talking about how many games in a row you won? Like you've been knocked down and you're able to obviously able to get back up this past weekend. But is it better to not have that streak hanging over?
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't really think that's one of the things that the guys on the team, or that we went in each game saying that we got to preserve the streak, or we got to win this week to keep the streak going. I mean, we just approached every game with a win attitude. I mean, we play each game of the season like it's a season itself, and we take each game one game at a time, and that's what we've tried to do. So I don't think that the streak was too much of a burden on us the whole time anyway. So not really.